Hi, my name's Steve Riley. I am the founder of Padel World. I've been playing padel for 7-8 years. I'm a qualified LTA padel coach. I represent the BPCA, British Padel Coaches Association. And I'm here today because I get asked a load of questions. What's the best padel racket for me? How do I choose a padel racket? There's so many different ones. How do I work it out? I'm going to take you through some of the basics. We'll start off with a pretty basic racket. So this is called a Head Speed Evo. Very smooth surface. If you feel it, it's pretty soft and forgiving. It's fiberglass inside and foam. It's an entry-level racket. So when you come into padel, you're not going to buy the most expensive racket right from the beginning, which you could spend £350. You don't want to go to your local supermarket and buy one for £20 because it won't be good material. It will break. It might not be good for your arm. It might be too heavy. It won't be good for you. So you want to be spending 50, 60, 70 pounds. That's going to be your first entry-level racket. Something like this would be good. This is like 75 pounds. You probably get it cheaper from online, which we do. We do discounts, of course. All paddle bats come with the same grip size, and you'll see it's all grip size 2 at the bottom here. It says 4 1/4 means 2, means 2/8. Everybody's confused about that already. In tennis, 1/8 is a grip 1, 2/8 is a quarter, 3/8 is a grip 3, 4/8 is a 4, 5/8 is a 5, and it doesn't exist anymore because it's too big. So most men have a tennis racket of grip 3 or 4. Most women are 2 or 3. They're always grip 2. That's a grip 2. Every racket is a grip 2. Which is the best racket for you? What do you want to do? First of all, you think about your price range, £50, £100, £150. Then you want to think on your style of play. Do you want a light one? Do you want a powerful one? Do you want one that feels nice? Do you want one that gives you lots of spin? Do you play with lots of spin, or you just hit the ball flat? If you're having lessons and you want to play paddle properly, you should do with backspin. So you need a textured surface. This one's got a little bit of textured surface. It looks beautiful. It's quite a beautiful racket. It's a Head Gravity Team Light. Costs £125. It's quite a nice balance. It feels good. It's got some protection in the top. You see this little ridge here? It's got some protection there. So that means it's protected in the head. You don't want it to smash. If it's going to, you hit it really hard here, you don't want the frame to smash. So it's a well-balanced racket. Also, paddle rackets are heavier than tennis rackets. A tennis racket, medium weight tennis racket would be 290 grams, 300 grams. A light one would be 270, 280. Paddle bat, normally 340, 360. A heavy paddle bat is going to be 360. A light one might be 340, 320. So this is called light, so it is a bit lighter. Means it doesn't wear your arm out as much, even though when you have lessons you should not be squeezing too tight. You only squeeze when you hit the ball. So it's quite a nice balanced feeling racket. It's got a nice shape. Well, I like the colour, it's particularly good. You'd spend a little bit more on this racket because of what it's made of. So that's got better material inside. If you look in the holes, it's got a bit of material inside. It feels a little bit stiffer as well. So this is, again, feels just, if you tap it, this feels a little bit more solid. So you're going to get a better contact. This, maybe you can't hit the ball as hard because the ball sinks into the bat. You can see that's pretty flexible. It sinks into the bat. Might feel nice, but it's not going to be as powerful, and you're not going to get as much spin as you would do with this. All right, so we'll think about going up in price point. This is £170. We would obviously give 20% discount. This is a Wilson Accent. There's a lot of benefits with this racket. It's got a convex face, which is great because it gives you a bit more of a sweet spot. It's got comfort texture. See these little aspects on the surface? It's got a comfort texture. And this aspect here is a concave infinity edge, which is great because it increases the cushioning on that entire hitting area. Inside here you've got EVA foam, which means it's a little bit stronger, so it's not as forgiving, so you get a little bit more power with this. If you've got a soft foam, it's going to be absorbing some of the power, so you're not going to get a lot more power than you would do. For example, this is my racket. Let's move to this one. So this is a Wilson Blade Pro, pretty hard to feels pretty hard. You can really hit this ball hard. You're not going to lose control. The sweet spot's going to be around here. It's got great technical aspects to this. It's got carbon fibre face rather than fibreglass, so the material in the face is a lot better. It's not as forgiving, so it's for a better player to play with. Sweet spot doesn't necessarily have to be as big, but you're going to get a lot of power. So it's a good top player's racket. You can see the yoke here. It's got some technical features here which absorbs the vibration, whereas the lighter version of this, so you've got a lighter version, this is the Blade LT, means light. It's a little bit lighter, so the weight of this racket you will see is 355 grams, but the balance is a little bit different. As soon as you pick it up, it's going to feel lighter, more maneuverable. So this is, again, for someone that's a good player, but not a top international player that's going to want the most power in the weight of the head of the racket. It's got the same thing again as the other Blade. It's got carbon fibre face, it's got a textured finish here. You can see that textured finish. It will grip the ball more, it gives you a lot more spin. Nice balance, nice shape, and also it's got a guard on the top. You can see this guard, which will make the racket last a little bit longer. Okay, so that's the Blade LT.
Tell you what, it was 250 quid racket, hasn't it?
See that? You got the point, man. What did I say? Is this your racket?
It's Steve, yeah. And that's a Wilson now. It's
Wilson Blade.
Wilson Blade, yeah.
Nice.
Go on then, your opinion on the racket?
Amazing, beautiful. It's very thin, nice grip, and on the serve, beautiful with the ball.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I recommend it with anyone.
So this one you're going to get a lot more power, and it's not going to break because the thickness of the material on the surface is a lot thicker than these others, so it's not going to break as much. Wilson Blade 2. Retail price of this is £250. So a lot of top level players hit the ball quite forcefully, and if they hit the ball forcefully with this racket, for example, it will probably break in the first game because the thickness of the material between the first two layers is quite thin. So that is not going to last as long as that. That's a lot harder, a lot more thought gone into the construction of it. So this is going to last for quite a long time as well. So if you increase your level of play with a lower level racket, it's going to break because you're going to be hitting the ball harder. This is just for getting the ball over, just starting to play paddle. Going on to other rackets, so if we've gone from the bottom to the top just to make an example of the extremes. So this one is a Wilson Carbon Force Pro, £170 retail. If you feel it, you can feel it's got texture. Whatever happens if people say a smooth racket won't spin the ball, it does, because the ball, when the bat hits the ball, the holes grip it and spin it, right? So even if it's got no surface, it's still going to get some spin. It's not just going to skim, it's going to grip. But if you've got more texture in the material, this looks like one of those cars that you get. Actually, what's it called? You know, like the Kevlar,
Yeah,
Kevlar matrix Kevlar, but carbon. So this is carbon. You can see inside, it's not fiberglass, it's carbon. It's going to last longer, it's not going to break, it's a nice shape, Carbon Force Pro, not too expensive, in the middle. Weight wise, we've got the weight here, 365 grams. A standard bat is always going to be 365 grams. You have to pay or find a lighter version of that racket. There are lighter versions, but it might say Carbon Force Light, for example, if you like a lighter racket. Right, so we got to Carbon Force. This is smooth, so it's not got all the technology to grip the ball. It's made of carbon, so it's compared to this one. This is a little bit more expensive. That's why you're paying for the material that's on the surface. It's still got carbon, but it's not got texture material. Feels okay, same weight, 365 grams, just a lower price point.
With regards to like injuries, elbow injuries?
Injuries come from having the wrong grip. Will give you elbow problems here. Squeezing too tight when you don't need to because you're not actually playing. You only hold it, support it with your left hand, and then you only squeeze a little bit when you actually hit the ball. Then you can relax again, so everybody's playing very tight. You don't need to squeeze hard. If you've got a sore arm, you know that you've been gripping the ball too tight. So I mean, it comes from wrong grip. You could say it comes from changing the grip size, because in paddle bats, as I just said earlier, you're always going to have grip size 2. So this is my bat, grip size 2, I put a grip on it, so now it's a grip size 3. I can tell it's a grip size 3.
Is that an overgrip?
It's an overgrip, so I can tell it's a grip size 3 because I can put my little finger there. If you can hold it and your fingers touch, that's going to be too small, and you're meant to spread your fingers anyway, so that's okay. You spread your fingers on the bat, there's a little gap here. That would be okay. All rackets are 2. You put a grip on. If you've got really big hands, you might put 2 over grips on. If you keep changing the grip size, that's not good. It can give you tennis elbow or paddle elbow. If you've got the wrong grip, that's not good. So have lessons and make sure you don't get a really cheap racket because it might vibrate and it wants to be made of good materials. And the best way is to ask a coach to borrow their racket and try it. And once you've tried it, if you like it, then you buy it. If you don't like it, you don't have the expense of buying a racket you don't want. For a beginner, it depends on how many times you play a week. If you're just going to play once a week, then you would buy an introduction racket, which would be something like this. Evo Speed Head, 50 to 70 pounds if you're just starting. You've had a 4-week course and you're going to play once a week. If you're taking it a bit more seriously, you might want to invest a little bit more. Go to something like this, which has got better playing characteristics. It's got better carbon fibre face. It's got a nice feel, and it's got a protector at the top, and it looks a nice shape. So that's called a Gravity Team Light. There are Gravity Teams as well if you want a bit of a heavier one, because Gravity Team Light, as the name suggests, means it's a little bit lighter. So the weight is going to be 340 grams, you can see here, 340 grams. And also the balance is a very good balance. If you're just entering competitions, then you obviously don't want to really be playing with a racket such as that. You want to maximize the benefits of the racket, and this hasn't got as many benefits as this. So your first tournament, you might want to upgrade to have a decent racket. So this would be a first entry-level tournament racket. A lot of benefits. We said the concave frame here, the textured surface, the balance. It's actually quite soft, so it would be, you can actually hit the ball with a good swing and power, but it wouldn't necessarily generate a mistake. Whereas this one, you're going to try and hit the ball really hard. It's got great control, and you've got control because you're a more advanced player. This one helps you a little bit because it's more forgiving. And so as the more advanced you go, the less forgiving the racket, but the better you are, so you can deal with that and you can use the benefits of the racket rather than using the power from the racket. You want to use your technique from the bat. You've also got to bear in mind the type of player you are. If you're just starting out, you're not going to be swinging crazily and blasting every single ball. If you do, rackets will break. And if you are doing that, an entry-level racket like this, 50 to 70 pounds, will break eventually around here. So by investing in a better racket, one like this, it's less likely to break the more advanced you become. When you become really advanced, the top level racket like this, I've been playing with this racket for 3 years, and I try and hit the ball hard, don't always really do that, and it has not broken at all, even though you can see it's worn a little bit. It's got a lot of You invest in the rack, in the bat, it's going to last a long time. If I'd played with this bat for 3 years, it would have broken already for sure.
I currently run paddle and tennis holidays to Bergerac in France and to Cyprus with my company Breaks to Love.
Breaks to Love is a tennis and paddle holiday company which arranges great, fun, enjoyable, social, coaching experiences in beautiful places. In France, we do it at my place, which is in Bergerac Tennis Club, little village, and we stay in a farmhouse on beautiful wine, company, conversation, and great paddle. We also do Cyprus, Aphrodite Hills, beautiful complex, and 8 to 10 tennis courts, 3 paddle courts, and a beautiful hotel and apartments arranged with my partner Dick Bedrosian, who's now living there. We ask you to book your own flights, we arrange the accommodation and the coaching, and everybody seems to like it because they seem to want to come back year on year. So we have a great time. Normally they're 4 to 6 days staying in accommodation, which you choose your accommodation. You can share, you can have your own room, and we go out for dinners and entertainment in the evening.
You will find links to our website breakslove.com and the 30% discount with Wilson in the description below. Please subscribe to keep informed of any future offers.